And we are back to Dust and Elysian Tale. Anyway, as I was saying, like they had these really strange episodes where they would base the worlds they would travel to these like movies. Like they had Spy World, they had a world based on Star Wars, one on Indiana Jones. Like
what?
It was
really?
Yeah,
I don't remember at all.
And I don't. What the fuck was his name? You didn't see the Indiana Jones one?
No, I didn't see any of those.
Yeah, and you know what was probably the absolute weirdest thing?
Yeah.
The episode where they had the episode based on Indiana Jones, they actually had an Indiana Jones character in that episode. And I think his name was Indiana Joe.
I'm starting to believe that you just tricking me here.
That's not the weirdest part. The weirdest part was, and I think I'm gonna put a picture up on the screen. And the character he didn't have a face. Like his face was like he didn't have any facial features.
Okay.
Like it's so fucking weird. I'm gonna show you a picture after this episode is done. But it was so fucking weird. He was like this character called Indiana Joe, and he didn't have a face. Like he was talking, but he didn't have a mouth, and no eyes, no nose, completely blank.
It doesn't sound like a kid show.
And he was just like Indiana Jones, you know, he had the outfit, the hat, and a whip.
Okay. The only episode I remember is the one with a monkey or a gorilla trying to marry Mario, and he believes to be a gorilla as well.
I have not seen that one.
It's so weird.
Oh yeah, and they also had an episode based on Mad Max, or not Mad Max, the Road Warrior.
Okay, man, I feel like the one that wrote that show was kind of high when they wrote it.
Probably. I mean, it is a show based around mushrooms, so
yeah.
Anyway, back to the game. We learned a new ability, the slide move. Pretty useless ability, but yeah, whatever.
Speaking of the game, you have taken a lot of free damage.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't really care when I travel. I just tank it and just force feeding myself healing items.
Remember that
because you get so many.
I see.
So I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't want to travel with you if we ever travel together.
Don't worry, it'll be fine.
It will be like, oh, we're in France, and the first thing you do is just walk out on the road and get hit by a bus or something.
Nah, it's fine.
And you just like, oh, it's a hospital near, so don't worry.
To be fair, I mean, if we could just, you know, eat a sweet and get like 100 HP back, like, wouldn't you like be more aggressive in life and take more chances?
Yeah, okay, that's kind of true, actually.
I'm not entirely sure why I'm even doing this, because I don't think I have enough keys.
Is this chest near?
Yeah, there's the friend chest that requires 4 keys, and I don't think I have 4 keys.
Maybe you bought 3, I remember.
Yeah, I just used one. Yeah, well, we are gonna come back for this one later.
Yeah.
But I need to go through here anyway in order to get back. It's actually kind of funny that we're talking about Indiana Jones, because it's kind of funny that we're talking about Indiana Jones and all that, because the character stuck in there is also a Indiana Jones inspired character.
Okay.
So good timing? Question mark. And just in case people haven't paid attention, we had to get that upgrade before we can proceed with the Water of Life quest. I think it's called that. Because we can't enter the next dungeon unless we have the slide, and that's the hitting stick.
Man, I really need to replay this game.
You should.
Yeah, it's so good, but I have a lot of other games I'm playing right now, like Horizon Zero Dawn. I know it came out this year in February, but I didn't own a PlayStation back then, and now I do.
Yeah.
And I kind of regret that I didn't buy a PS4 now, back then, when Horizon came out, because it's such a good game.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah, maybe I do a video about it one day, but first I will play it for myself, and maybe then I show it for you guys, if in case you haven't played it.
Oh, Mystique! You found her? Now I can get back at that good-for-nothing trolk that done busted up my leg!
Whoa, hang on, Blop. You'd better not pick any fights in your, condition.
Boy, this is a matter of honor and revenge and hitting things with sticks!
Tell you what, I'll beat up some trolks for you.
Bring me their devilish little fingers. 4 of them.
So yeah, after we have retrieved the legendary hitting sticks, now he asks us to kill a bunch of monsters and get their fingers.
Sound good?
Ah, now that's my boy.
Yeah, that doesn't sound at all gruesome.
Well, to be fair, they're stone creatures, so I don't think they have guts. I think it's these things.
Maybe, but still.
Whatever. It's a fantasy game.
I mean,
and they're monsters, so who cares?
But
they
monsters
don't have
could have feelings too, you know.
They are enemies, and they don't have feelings, unless they're boss monsters.
I mean, look at these poor things. They just live here and we invade their territory and steal their stuff.
Yeah.
And their women and job.
Like a typical fantasy game. like any good fantasy hero would do. I don't think it's ever established if... I mean, it doesn't really matter in the long run, but I don't think they ever establish if monsters are like animals, or if monsters are like, you know, corrupted things, or, you know...
Yeah, I don't know.
Unnatural or whatever. And we are not gonna get that key for now, because we need a very late upgrade to get that.
Will you make it? Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, these monsters in this cave at least, they look horrifying.
Yeah, they do. And besides, I mean, we're protecting Modpot. That's my excuse.
Yeah, who would protect Modpot?
And besides, I can see into the future that we are gonna fight an army, and we need all the XP we can get. So it's for a good cause, I swear.
Genocide, it's okay.
Ah, they can make more. I'm actually I'm actually pretty impressed how these things are able to hold sacks of gold.
Yeah. By the way, did you heard that they will make a Devil May Cry 5?
Devil May Cry 5?
Yeah. Or it's just rumors, or confirmed the rumors or something. I heard it.
You mean a sequel to the classic Devil May Cry franchise?
Yeah, not a remake.
Okay, no, I haven't heard that. It's cool if they do.
Yeah, you should look it up, because I only saw a video while I was working.
Okay.
And they said, oh, they're gonna make a Devil May Cry 5. And I was like, oh, then Andreas will be happy.
Yes, I will. I will look that up, because I didn't hate DMC, but it could have been done so much better.
Yeah, I never played any of the DMC games. But,
I'm talking about the remake. After.
Yeah, I understood that, but I haven't played any of those games or the remake.
Yeah. Like, I don't consider DMC is not Devil May Cry 2. Like, Devil May Cry 2 is a game that you can skip or just outright ignore. But DMC has a few things going for it that actually makes it worth playing.
It just I just remember the news because Dust is a hack and slash, and Devil May Cry is also a hack and slash.
Yeah. Or a what's it called? The what's it called? Spectral fighter.
What's that?
You know, a spectacular fighter. You know, fighting games that have a little bit more style to it.
Ah, I see.
A spectacle fighter. That's what that was what I was looking for. I think that's the most recent terms for, like, you know, games like Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, and things like that. You know, hack and slash games that are trying to go for more style.
Okay.
But yeah, I really think they should. I mean, people are gonna hate me for saying this. I think DMC had potential. It really had, but at the end of the day, it really didn't work out. And because it felt like they were really trying to, you know, make something new with the DMC franchise. And I'm not against that, but at the same time, I don't really think you. The original Devil May Cry franchise, there was like nothing really had to change because it was a perfectly fine game as it was, and there was really nothing wrong with Dante. Like, he worked, and there really was no reason to make a remake. But if you have a creator who wants to try something else, then I mean, go for it. Why not? And like I said, DMC had potential, but they kind of failed miserably.
Don't remember to dislike this video. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but this part sucks, by the way. But yeah, I'm not gonna go too much into it, but I think DMC could have been a brilliant game if they actually bothered to make it a remake and not the half-assed remake that they ended up doing. Because I'm pretty sure that, you know, I don't know if you remember, Alex, but when the first trailer came out for DMC, like there was this huge backlash against the game because it didn't look anything like a DMC game, and I totally agree because I was, you know, I was one of the people who complained, but after, you know, thinking about it, I was thinking, okay, if you're gonna do this remake, then you better go all the way, no half-assing. Like if you're gonna strip down everything it has to do, if you're going to strip away everything that it has to do with Devil May Cry, then you better do it 100% and not half-assed. And what did they end up doing? They did it half-assed.
I really don't have an opinion, because I never played a Devil May Cry game before. Not because I didn't like it or anything, I just haven't had a chance.
Yeah, I can't come up with an example, but you know you know those remakes where they try to do something else and then they get this huge backlash, and they really try to you know, satisfy the fans of the original, you know, by including all of these different things that end up hurting the game.
Yeah. But I'm in the same page as you when it comes to remake. That don't do anything half, just go all the way.
Yeah. Like, the reason why you do, I mean, you don't want to lose the fans of the original franchise, I get that, but if you're going to try to remake it, then the point should be to, you know, make something different, you know, a different kind of game with a different feel and a different theme and all that. And your priority should not be to try to get the old fan base on board. Like, focus first and foremost to, you know, make it different.
Andreas, we're running out of time, so see you in the next one.